This is the sovereign spiral, living from the center of your soul transmission. This live teaching will anchor the next phase of sovereign embodiment, what it means to live from the sovereign spiral rather than the survival loop. So we will explore how to return to the inner sanctum of your soul's knowing, the difference between orbiting trauma and embodying truth, how to dissolve the pressure to constantly ascend and instead live from your wholeness now, and the architecture of sovereign rhythms in your daily life. This teaching opens the Edenic crown and heart, allowing one to hear and follow the true inner pulse, the divine harmonic that supersedes fear-based choice. So the celestial alignment that this was originally going to be recorded under was the moon in Cancer and the sun in Leo. But now we're sitting here at the Leo new moon. So sun and moon both in Leo, which is just really powerful. So let's talk about the full teaching, living from the spiral. The spiral is your native architecture. You are encoded with a divine spiral. It mirrors the movement of galaxies, the unfolding of flowers, the growth of your very own DNA. The spiral is not just a metaphor, it is a blueprint embedded within your light body. In truth, you ascend by circling inward, not upward. You spiral through timelines, not escape them. And each return, each loop is not a regression, but a reclamation. What is being labeled as shadow work is often a spiral return to a piece of your essence that was fractured, a voice unspoken, a truth buried, or a gift unseen. Krystic reminder, you are not behind, you are in rhythm. So we're going to do a practice. This is the Krystic spiral practice. So you're going to trace a spiral on your heart with your finger. And you're going to speak aloud. I remember the rhythm of return. I spiral into my original truth. I release the illusion of upward struggle. I walk the spiral of embodied mastery. The survival loop is reaction. The spiral is response. The survival loop is false program, a mimic spiral that tightens rather than opens. It contracts your field. It whispers urgency and confuses movement with progress. The spiral, in contrast, opens space. It honors pause. It invites stillness as action. This is where the feminine womb wisdom meets the solar logos. Presence becomes your propulsion. The Krystic spiral does not fear going deep. It understands that descent is sacred because soul roots must grow before soul branches can form or bloom. Krystic law of sovereign rhythm. All external timelines distort when the internal spiral is ignored. Our practice is a guardian practice for spiral discernment. Ask, am I spiraling deeper or looping out? Inhale, I choose inner movement. Exhale, I dissolve false momentum. And you can repeat that more than once. Your center is not a place. It is a frequency of union. The center of the spiral is not a location, but a sacred tone, the resonance of your oversoul remembering its embodiment. When you live from center, your choices do not leak energy. Your words hold creation. Your presence becomes architecture. In this space, you are both movement and still point, both breath and breathless. You become the convergence point between spirit and matter, thought and form, cosmic and cellular, personal and planetary. Oversoul whisper. You are the eye of your own storm. The spiral does not toss you, it organizes you. Our embodiment recalibration: visualize a golden spiral spinning gently within your chest, expanding on your exhale, centering on your inhale. Speak. I am the axis of divine order. My soul spirals in harmony with the Edenic design. We have some Krystic questions and integration, so Krystic clarity. What does it mean to live from the spiral and not the spin? The spin is chaos disguised as purpose, a trap of perpetual motion with no integration. It is often driven by spiritual perfectionism or survival-based ascension timelines. The spiral is rhythmic soul expression. It honors the intelligence of the pause, the gift of silence, the return to stillpoint. It is where the soul unwinds distortion without needing to fix or fixate. Krystic clarifier. The spiral brings coherence. The spin brings fragmentation. How do I know if I'm in a trauma orbit? Trauma orbiting often feels like hyper-analysis of the same theme with no resolution, seeking answers from outside before checking within, shame whenever you revisit something you thought you healed, and avoidance of embodiment and silence. Instead of bypassing, ask, what part of me is ready to be loved here? How have I shifted the frequency, or have I shifted the frequency, or just the form? Krystic clarifier. The spiral does not punish, it presents. The orbit drains, the spiral reclaims. Can I be sovereign and still receive support? Sovereignty is not independence, it is frequency mastery. You do not need no one to be sovereign. Rather, you align your field first, then welcome resonance-based connection. This is where sacred support becomes circuitry, not dependence. It circulates divine reciprocity instead of leaking energy through savior or victim distortions. Krystic clarifier. Sovereign receivership means you are clear, connected, and co-creating, not collapsing into others. Nobody's showing up as your savior. When you're leaning on people as a support where there is dependence, then you're looking at them to fix or save you, or to change your situation in some way. When we are masters within our own sovereignty, then we align and we can still ask for help through certain situations, but we remain sovereign in the way that we move through that. We don't collapse into them like they're your savior. What if I fall out of center? Falling out of center is not failure, it's feedback. It's the spiral asking, ready to go deeper? There is no shame in returning. In fact, it is the act of returning that trains your inner architecture to stabilize divine frequency over time. Every fall is an opportunity to refine light. Krystic clarifier. Your spiral is self-forgiving. Your mastery is the return. So we have a little embodiment practice and invocation. So we're going to sit. This is the embodiment practice of spiral return. So you're going to sit or stand with your eyes closed. And as you inhale, I am whole. And as you exhale, I return to center. Visualize yourself standing at the center of a spiral of golden light. Let the spiral move with you, not around you. So you're going to breathe like this for 3 to 5 minutes. In, I am whole. out, I return to center, visualizing that spiral of golden light with you sitting in the center of it, allowing that spiral to move with you, not around you. Allow this breathing with the rhythm of your soul, like I said, for 3 to 5 minutes. And when you're done, you're going to repeat, I dissolve the illusion of linearity. I release the loop of reaction. I rise in the rhythm of my divine spiral. I choose my center. I live in my truth. I remember who I am. There is a companion journal that goes along with this recording that is in the free group, The Temple of Light, available at Anshara'El.com. The link will be in the recording. And if you have anything that you'd like to offer or any comments, please do. And if there's anything that you would like to see, let me know, and maybe I will do a broadcast on a topic that you would like to see. But definitely go check out Anshara'El for all your ascension needs.